Fine. So previous class we were learning about union of sets and intersection of sets. Okay, let's just revise this part and then we will continue with what we were doing. Okay, so union of sets is nothing but when you have two sets A and B, and when you write down all the elements from A and B into one set, that is called as union of set. For example, when you have set A, ABC, and set B is C, D, E, F, you add all the elements of A and you add all the elements of B. Okay, so if you see here, you have A, B, C, and then C, D, E, F. Everything is been written down into one set. So that is known as union of sets. Now, few times when you have problems like this, what will happen is, so when you have problems like this where A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so until 9 you have numbers. The A union B set will be the B set because there are more numbers in B. Okay, when you have very similar elements and when you have more numbers in the B, so which means A is a subset of B. In that case, A union B will be the set B itself. So that is one more rule that we saw. Now, in note, we understood A union A is A. If you have one set A, let's say set A is 1, 2, 3. Now again, if you add 1, 2, 3 with another set 1, 2, 3, it is back 1, 2, 3 only. Okay, so A union A is set A. And when you multiply any set, or sorry, when you have union, that is when you add up any set with the null set, you will end up having the same set itself. Okay, it's not multiplication, it is union. And then union of two null sets is null set again. And the last one, if A is the subset of B, then A union B is the B set itself. Okay, so this was the union of sets. Now coming to intersection of sets, here we only write down the common numbers or common alphabets or common elements. Okay, overall in a set, what are the common elements between two sets? Now let's just understand with the example quickly. Now if you see here, you have set A, B, C, D, and set B is C, D, E, F, G, H. Now out of set A and set B, only if you observe element C and D are common. Okay, if you see here again, C and D are common. Rest all the elements here, A and B are not common and E, F, G, H are also not common. So that is why intersection means only common elements is supposed to be written down. Okay, so that is called intersection. So then what happens? Only common elements between A and B are written down in a separate set. Now moving on to few of the notes in intersection. A intersection A is again A itself. Now let's take for example, set A is A, B, C. Okay, set A is A, B, C. And then same set I write it again. Set A is A, B, C. Now, can you all say me what is A intersection A? I'm supposed to write all the common points. I'm supposed to write all the common points. So what all points do I write? Or reply in the chat box, please. A, B, C, because A, B, and C are common. So, which is nothing but set A, which is nothing but set A again. So, that is what they're trying to prove. So, A intersection B is A itself. So, that was first note. Now, the next one, A intersection null set. Now, set A is the same, ABC. Okay, let me erase the other part for your better understanding. Okay. Now set A is ABC, and we have another set which is B, which is null set. There is no elements in the set. Now A intersection null set is equal to, are there anything common in between ABC and null set? No. Good. There is nothing common between ABC and null set. So since there is nothing common, again you will have a null set here. Since we are not having any element, I'll write only brackets, or I'll write it as null set. Okay. So A intersection null set is null set. Now, since you have understood A intersection null set is null set, now there is another one which says null set into null set is null set. Now let's take for example. It's always better to understand with examples. Okay. So we have one null set called B. Okay. Let's say there is another null set called C. Now what is common between both? What is common between null set B and null set C? There is nothing common, right? So oh yeah, null set is common, true. So that is why null set is being brought down again. So null set intersection null set, when two sets are empty, the resulting set is also empty, which is null set, which can be written like this also. Okay. Now coming to the last one. Before I go for fourth one, did you all understand the first three notes? Any doubts in the first three notes? Okay. So let us understand the last one. Now A is a subset of B, then A intersection B is A itself. Now let us take this example. Example number 2. Okay. We'll take this example number 2. So what are we trying to prove? So what are we trying to prove here? A subset of B. If A is a subset of B, then A intersection B is nothing but set A itself. Okay, let's see if this will apply here. Now, this set A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and set B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, now let us find out A intersection B for these both set. Okay, so can you all say me what is A intersection B here? What is A intersection B? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because you only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 common from set A to B. Right? So if you see here, you have 1 and 1. And then you have 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 5. 6, 7, 8, 9 is not present in set A. So that is not common. So A intersection B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, if you observe this A intersection B, is it not similar to set A? Is it not similar to set A? The same numbers are present? Yes or no? Same numbers are present again? Yes. So I can say this A intersection B is nothing but set A itself. Now, when can this happen? Only when A is a subset of B. Now, if you see both these sets, you can clearly say A is a subset and B is a superset. Are you all able to understand? A is a subset. Now, if you see this, you see A being a subset and B is a superset. because it has more numbers. So only in this condition we can easily say A intersection B is nothing but set A itself. Okay, so that was points or the notes for intersection. Any doubts until here? Okay, now let us go to the next one, that is difference between the sets. So we understood union of sets, intersection of sets. Now we will understand the difference between the sets. Now let A and B be any two sets, then the difference A minus B is defined to be the set of all those elements of A which are not in B. Let us understand with example, if not you'll get confused. So we have set A. Okay, what is set A? A, B, C, D. Simple and easy to understand. Set A is A, B, C, D. And set B is D, E, F, G, H, I. Okay. Now, what are they saying to us is, we'll have to first find A minus B. Okay. We have to first find A minus B. Now, what is A minus B? Set of all those elements of A which are not in B. Okay, so set of all those elements which are in A but which are not in B. Now let us compare set A and B, individual elements. A, the small a, is it in B? Is the small a present in B? No, it's not present. So it is not common. So I'll write that. Now B is present in B. Small b is present. No. Then I'll write down that. C is also not present in B. I'll write that also. Okay. So let's see the last one. D. D is present in B. This last small d is present in B. So since D is the common element, I will not write the common element. So what is A minus B is all that elements which are in A and which are not in B has to be written as a separate set. So A minus B is nothing but A, B and C only. Okay, did you all understand A minus B first? Did you all understand A minus B? Okay, I'll repeat it once again. So there are two sets A and B. Okay, in these two sets A and B, I have to check which are the sets which are common in nature. One second. Okay, I have sets A as well as B. Now what is common in both of them? D is common. Both of them D is common. Everybody agrees with that. Don't write that common element. Leave out that common element. And only write down what is in A. So that's what they're saying it easily here. Okay. So you have A minus B is nothing but what all are present in A. What all are present in set A? A, B, C. A, B, C are present in set A. But D is present in set A as well as B. So I will not write that. This only is called A minus B. What all are present in A and not in B. Okay. Now we'll do one thing. We will solve one more example for only A minus B. I think that will make the concept very clear. Okay. Now let us write, yeah, sorry. let us take another example. Oh, what is the problem? 1 second. Yeah. So there is a set S. Set S is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Set T is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now, can you people say me what is S minus T? Good. Anusha has given the answer. Any more answers? Okay. So 1, 2, 3 are not there in B, correct? See, 1 is not there, 2 is not there in T, 3 is not there in T. So only 1, 2, 3 are not common. 4 is already present, 5 is already present in T. So S minus T is nothing but all the elements which are present in S but not in T. So I only get 1, 2 and 3. So this is S minus T. Okay, clear now? Anybody has doubt? Okay. So that was A minus B. Now let us understand B minus A. So this was what? A minus B, which we understood. Now we have to understand B minus A. B minus A, just ulta concept. All the elements which are present in B but which are not in A. Very good. I'm getting few answers. Sindhu, you have to include 10. Yeah, correct. Okay. So first we will solve this problem, this first one. Okay. So B minus A is, you have what is common here? D is common here, right? So leave out D. After leaving out D, what else we have? E, F, G, H and I. So E, F, G, H, I is not present in A, correct? I mean, this set is not present in A. So that is why we take all of these elements. Now coming to our second example. What is T minus S? Correct. So 4 and 5 are present in yes also. Okay, let me change the color here. So 4 and 5 are present in yes also. So after 4 and 5, what are the rest numbers? 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So T minus S is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So everybody understood B minus A minus B? Be careful in solving such problems. So we will solve one more problem. Okay, A minus B, B minus A, will solve one more problem so that I think it will be very clear by then. So we have, yeah. Let's take X. X is equal to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Y is equal to, I'll start with 5. 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. Now, can you say me what is X minus Y? Firstly, what is X minus Y? Let me change the color again. X minus Y is 2, 3, 4, 6, okay, 8. Good. See, 5 is there, 7 is there. Leaving these two numbers, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. That is X minus Y. Good. Now what is Y minus X? What is Y minus X? Very good, very good. Sindhu, I'm asking about Y minus X. What all the elements which are present in Y but not in X? Understand, don't get confused. Okay, so what all elements which are present in Y and not in X? So which all are present in Y? 9 is there in Y but not in X, correct? Then 11 is present in Y and it's not there in X. Again 13 is present in Y and not in X, and 15 is present in Y and not in X. So X minus Y is 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. Y minus X is 9, 11, 13 and 15. Very good. So everybody is clear with the concept? Okay, good. Now the next one. So that was union, intersection, and then we had difference. Now coming to complement of P or complement of a set. Now what is this complement? It is very similar to your difference between set. Okay, we'll understand with this with an example. Now there is universal set which is S. Now I hope everybody knows what is universal set. Yes or no? You know what is universal set? It's a very big set where you have maximum. No, Imran, it's not a single set. Single set means it is with a singleton set is with only one number. Yeah, something like a set of natural numbers. Okay, set of natural numbers, which means it has too much of data. Something like your syllabus. You have so much of information in your syllabus. From that, we are learning the first set, which is set theory. Yeah, it may be finite or infinite. Okay, it can be both. Infinite is natural numbers. Good. So here S is a universal set. So in universal set, I have so many numbers. If you see, it starts from 0 and it ends until 9. Now come to another set which is P. P is a small set which has only few numbers from S. So if you see here, it has 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. Now, set S and set P, can you say me which is a subset and which is superset? Quickly. Considering set S and set P, can you say me which is subset and which is superset? Okay. If S is superset, what is P? P is subset. Very good. So P is a subset of S. S is a superset. So a superset means which has more information, right? So that's why it is called as universal set. Now coming to Q. Now coming to Q, if you see set Q, again you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is also present in set S, correct? Now compare set S and set Q. Compare set S and set Q. Semi, which is subset and superset. Set S and Q. S still remains superset. Very good. Q is the subset. Okay. So Q is the subset and S is the superset. Now, if you observe here, S is being the superset always. So that is why it is called as universal set or the bigger set, which has more numbers. Clear? Now, let us understand complement. It's good to know everybody is clear with subset and superset. Okay, so let us understand complement. Okay, this is a new concept, complement. Now, I am supposed to write a complement set. Okay, now complement is denoted by this small dash next to the name of the set. Now, if I have to find the complement of P, I am supposed to write it as P and this small one kind of a thing like this. It is called as dash. Okay, P dash. You can say it as P dash. The set P and the dash, the complement of it. Okay, or it is also denoted by P and small c, but usually we always go with P dash. So this is easy for us to understand while solving problems. So P dash is nothing but all the elements in S but not in P. Okay, all the elements in S but not in P. Now what is P dash? P already has 0. Compare, now we will do step by step. Okay, clearly understand, carefully listen here. So there is, we are comparing set S and set P. Okay, so while you're comparing set S and set P, 0 is already present in P. Yeah, so we are not taking that 0. Now apart from 0, what is missing here? 1 was there, that is not here. So P dash is nothing but first element will be 1. Then 2 is there. 3 is not there as per the S. So 3 will be written. 4 is there, common. 5 is not there in P, which is there in S. Write down 5. 6 is there. 7 is missing. So write down 7. 8 is there. 9 is missing. Write down 9. I will repeat it again. Listen carefully. We are just comparing two sets, that is S and P. We are comparing two sets, S and P. So here, all the elements that are in S but not in P. All the elements that are in S but not in P is supposed to be written as P complement or P dash. So already 0 is in P. So we will not write. Next, 1 is not there in P. We will write 1. 2 is already there. 3 is not there. So we will write 3. Then 4 is already there. 5 is not there. We will consider that here in the complement. Then 6 is already there. See, P is already having 6. So 7 is missing. So 7 we write it under P complement. 8 is already there. So 8 we will not write. 9 is missing in P. So we will write 9. So here P complement is nothing but apart from these numbers, okay, apart from these numbers which are in P, which are left out, okay, which are left out from universal set, that you have to write. Okay, I hope everybody understood the P complement concept or complement concept in general. Did you all understand? Yes? Good. Now, similarly, let us find out complement for Q. Okay, let us find out complement for Q. Now for Q, Q is the set here which is given to us. Now for this set Q, Okay, let me change the color. Okay, for the Q, whichever is given here. Now, what all is not present in Q, we have to write that. Okay, so Q dash is equal to 0. I can start with 0. Say me the elements which all I should not write, or sorry, which all I should write. 0. Can I consider 0? Yes or no? So I'll write 0. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is there in Q. It is also there in yes. Now after this, what is remaining? 6, 7, 8, 9. Rajeshwari, please check the numbers. No, it is not 6, 4 because you have to compare set Q and set S. So that is how you get Q dash or Q complement. Okay, many of them are giving 0 has to be added, Sindhu. 0 is important because that's also an element. Okay, so we'll solve one more problem. Okay, one more example we will do, and then I think if you answer no, you will be able to relate it easily. So set A is, okay, there's no place there. I'll write it a little down. Okay, set A is a universal set, okay, which has A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. Yeah, this is enough. M, N. Until N we will have. This is set A. Now, set T. Okay, set T is A, C, E, G, I. Okay, and set U is equal to J, K, L, M, N. Did you all understand the question? Set A is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Until N. From A till N we have. But if you check T, it is A, C, E, G, I. And set U is J, K, L, M, N. Now first say me what is complement of T? T dash. What all will come in T dash? Compare set A and T. Okay, don't compare anything else. Compare only set A and set T. Okay, I'm getting answers. Few more answers. Good, good. Okay, so A is already present. I cannot take that. So B. C is already there. I'll take D. E is already there. I'll take F. Sorry for my bad handwriting because I'm using mouse here. Okay, so just adjust with that for a while. I'll make some arrangements around next class. Okay, B, D, F, then, okay, where was I? C, D. Okay, E, F is done. G is there. H. I is there. J. And then K, L, M, N. So this is T dash. Very good. Many of them have given the right answer. Okay. Now, similarly, can you say me what is U dash or complement of U? Complement of U. So it is going to be, see, J, K, L. Okay, J is missing here. J, K, L, M, N is already there. So leaving this, Rest all of it you will have to write. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Good. Many of them are giving the answers. Okay, so that is U complement. So everybody is clear with the complement concept? Don't get confused between difference and complement. They are quite similar, but then there are differences. I mean, both are not same. Okay. Now this complement concept can be used anywhere. Okay, so this complement concept can be used anywhere. So what we saw first here in complement concept is very simple, because they have given us two sets. They have given us two sets, and we are supposed to first find the complement of particular set. Okay, this complement can also be used in the case of union, in the case of intersection, and their complements, and then you will have a formula which is called as De Morgan's law. Okay, so for this complement, union and intersection problems we will do tomorrow in the next class. Okay, I hope it union, intersection, difference, complement, I hope everybody is clear with so much. Any doubts until here? Any part you want me to explain? Okay, see, once we finished with sets, we have to go to Venn diagrams. Venn diagrams means it's something I think you would have already seen, those circles and all that. Okay, but for that Venn diagrams, these set basics are very important to understand. Okay, so we'll clearly understand every concept here, and then no, not pi